increase awareness of healthy living and environmental protection, Taiwanese are changing their eating habits. Tzu Chi volunteers in Myanmar visit a local high school to teach students on flu prevention methods. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Marilee Shoda. Thank you for joining us. In the past, many people embraced vegetarianism for religious reasons. However, as times have changed, more and more people are adopting a vegetarian diet for health reasons or to protect the environment.
There are a lot of overseas in the area. People buy box meals within a short period of time. Therefore, we have to be fast.
As more people adopt a vegetarian diet, this kind of vegetarian bento shop has become quite popular among office employees.
I've been a vegetarian for 10 years. I do not think that my diet lacks nutrients or is not balanced. Instead, my body feels light.
The chef is 36-year-old Li Jiachun, who has been a vegetarian since elementary school.
In terms of young customers, they range from 20 to 40-some years old. Seeing our customers, I feel a sense of achievement.
According to Health Promotion Administration statistics in 2016, if a person adopts a vegetarian diet for 1 day a week, in a year he or she can reduce 101.4 kilograms worth of carbon emissions. If everyone in Taiwan goes meatless, we can reduce about 43 million kilograms of carbon emissions a day. This 86-year-old grandma has been embracing vegetarianism for 10 years. She's good at sewing and is quite agile. Her secret to good health lies in her diet.
These are seasonable vegetables. The lemons and potatoes are planted by my younger sister.
We should consume natural food and avoid too much salt, sugar, or processed food. This way, we can control our cholesterol and get enough fiber.
To add variety to vegetarian dishes, turmeric can be added to fried rice.
It is fat soluble. Some people think we need to add some fat and oil.
When fried, it might turn bitter. Therefore, add it when the dish is almost done.
Whether people are embracing vegetarianism to protect the environment or for health benefits, they're making a choice that benefits them and the environment.
5-year-old Wang Zejun attends the Tzu Chi kindergarten in Johor Bahru, Malaysia. Each year, the school hosts a Veggie Planet campaign, asking the students to abstain from eating meat for a number of days. Zejun plans to reach the planet as an astronaut again this year with his family's full support. Whether it's playing soccer or badminton, Wang Zejun is spirited and full of energy.
Zejun is an active child. His level of activities remain the same since he began the vegetarian diet. Whether or not he has meat in his diet, his level of energy is the same.
The young 5-year-old wants to be a vegetarian to fulfill his dream of becoming an astronaut. The Tzu Chi kindergarten in Johor Bahru is hosting its annual Veggie Planet campaign. Last year, Zejun faced some opposition in his participation choice, but this year things have changed.
In the beginning, I did not accept it. I didn't want to be hassled. The kindergartens I knew didn't act this way. They don't teach them about the benefits of vegetarianism.
The kindergarten is quite thoughtful. They ask parents to join them for a seminar to understand protein and iron doesn't have to necessarily come from meat. Some vegetables such as tofu can contain that, as well as fruit and more. After the thorough explanation, I'm not worried anymore.
As Zejun wants to visit the Veggie Planet for 2 years in a row as an astronaut, He even refused the temptation of his favorite food.
That day we went out to eat, and his grandfather and grandmother ordered chicken, and Tzu Chi was tempted to eat it, but he refused. That day I told him, it's okay, you can wait a few more days to eat chicken. Then he replied, no, even after the campaign is over, he will continue being a vegetarian.
吃肉肉地球妈妈会生病，要吃青菜，不可以吃肉肉。当然总之我做得到，只是一点都不难。健康是吃我做得到。
In our continuing series on preparations for Sports Day at the Tzu Chi kindergartens in Malaysia, today we take a look at the trophies given on this special day. To promote environmental protection, teachers invited the children and their parents to hand-make the trophies from recyclables.
On the sports day of Tzu Chi kindergartens, all of the trophies are made from recyclables. This unique trophy is a creation of a 6-year-old boy and his mother.
He has learned how to knit at school, and he shared it with me when he returned home. After I cut the old clothes, I gave them to him so that he could knit. We reuse recyclables in our home, such as beverage cans and ketchup bottles.
Making trophies by hands not only allows children to learn to reuse waste, but it also gives them a chance to complete the task with their parents.
By making the trophy together, we can improve the parent-child relationship. We're usually very busy and we don't have much time interacting with our children. We took this opportunity to do the same thing together. It was interesting that he played with us when he filled it with sand.
However, they will exchange the trophies they have made with the other kindergartens.
你们知道这个奖杯从哪里送来的吗？所以这个奖杯可能你看似简单。
These trophies may look normal, but actually they're the blessings from the parents and children of many kindergartens.
所以要送福到你家。
The home, thank you for making this trophy with full hearts.
After learning to share blessings, the children can also enjoy the happiness of giving.
Although Malaysia as a country attaches great importance to education, Malays are given priority when it comes to higher education. This has limited the educational opportunities for ethnic Chinese along with other non-Malays, which means even if the Chinese students are receiving excellent grades, they still might not get into a school in their own country.
Taiwan and Malaysia are separated by just a 5-hour flight, and there's no time difference between the two locations.
Taiwan Education Center Malaysia holds an annual enrollment fair for the past 5 consecutive years. This year, 44 universities in Taiwan participated in the event, traveling to 5 different states to recruit students.
If you are interested in nursing, this is our nursing curriculum, and check to see if it suits you.
Taiwan is basically small. From north to south, it's probably only 400 kilometers.
Aside from China, Malaysia is the next largest country sending foreign students to Taiwan, with their numbers increasing every year. In 2014, the number was 13,000. In 2015, the number rose more than 10%. And last year, there was another 7% gain, as this figure topped 16,000.
Taiwan has always had a higher level of education. We usually say in Mainland dialect, as it is cheap and with a good quality. Also, many are free to choose their own specialty.
Zhang Yuanduan himself went to study in Taiwan and graduate from such a program, also marrying his wife in Taiwan. He has good feelings for Taiwan. Other ethnic Chinese and their descendants in Malaysia have good feelings about Taiwan.
Before, I watched some TV programs about Taiwan.
Taiwan's overseas college recruitment fair is quite popular with Malaysian students.
Malaysian students are fluent in languages because they speak both Chinese and English. And more importantly, their character is quite good.
Malaysia is the first step into Southeast Asia.
Malaysia has 11-year compulsory education, including 6 years of primary school and 5 years of secondary school. Even if students have good marks, it is still difficult for them to enter university.
Because the government reserves a percentage of admissions for ethnic Malay, so it is harder for other ethnic groups to gain admission.
This government system protects Malays, with Chinese students being excluded and facing no choice but to pursue higher education overseas.
I would like to inform students that in addition to the United Kingdom, the United States, Australia, there's an opportunity for them to study in the Chinese language.
In fact, Taiwan has long been welcoming of Malaysian Chinese.
I'm grateful to Taiwan for providing so many opportunities to our Chinese descendants. Without such a chance, we will not have the power to promote Chinese education in Malaysia.
The Chinese community has banded together to donate money for Chinese schools to help preserve Chinese language education in Malaysia.
All Chinese communities are in support of Chinese language education, but you may be the only one to raise your hands in favor of it.
Efforts to break through in the predicament have led Chinese schools to defend Chinese culture through all means necessary to retain Chinese classes.
As a Chinese person, of course, I want to learn my mother tongue.
Their parents believe that Chinese language education cannot be ignored. Learning Chinese today has an economic benefit, as it is an international language, so the status of our Chinese schools is now very different.
Does anyone know this phrase, every generation has talented people?
Just speaking Chinese is not enough, as education related to Chinese classics as well as an understanding of Chinese history and culture are also important.
Classical Chinese cannot be ignored, as it contains great spirit and ancient wisdom, as we cannot separate ourselves from this.
Many Malaysian students come to Taiwan to make use of this education system and don't have any trouble regarding language or culture.
Taiwan is looking to strengthen exchange with Southeast Asian countries, with the Overseas Community Affairs Council joining this campus exposition at Taichung's Fengjia University.
Manufacturers from Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Malaysia are appealing to students with work opportunities.
Coming here can save time because these recruiters are actually looking for you.
Although the Taiwanese education is not officially recognized in Malaysia, many students are not worried about this issue.
While they may not be able to work in government, private enterprises do recognize these degrees.
Taiwan's education standards are much higher than Malaysia, so when they go back, they can develop well.
So far, some 60,000 have already studied in Taiwan.
We believe that these overseas students, after graduating, whether they stay in Taiwan or return to Southeast Asia, are a very good contact for extending Taiwan's power.
Malaysian students studying in Taiwan are truly a valuable asset, or a seed that will grow and thrive and bring the two countries closer together.
The Tzu Chi Philippines chapter has been helping underprivileged students pursue education, and it is seeing the fruits of its labor in recipient Kathleen Alforte. Kathleen's family often couldn't feed their 7 children until Tzu Chi stepped in with monthly subsidies and scholarships for school. Now that she has graduated with a teaching degree, Kathleen plans to continue to promote Tzu Chi's humanitarian lessons to her students.
This is the poster that Kathleen has kept since she graduated from college. However, her journey to pursue education is quite difficult.
I've experienced going to school without eating breakfast, and when I returned home from school, there was also no food at home.
Kathleen has 4 brothers and sisters, and she is the oldest child in her family. After her father fell ill, this family can only rely on her mother to make a living by selling sweet corns. After learning about her situation, Tzu Chi provided Kathleen with scholarships and rice during her 4 years of college.
When my mother is unable to go out selling sweet corns, Tzu Chi may deliver food to us immediately.
She not only receives scholarships but also monthly subsidies. This is a great help to our family.
Tzu Chi has listed this family as a long-term care recipient. Currently, Kathleen has graduated and become a teacher, which improves her family's financial situation. The humanitarianism she has learned from Tzu Chi has become the focus of her class.
I want to teach students how to share blessings and to be filial to their parents. This is what I have learned from Tzu Chi's humanity classes.
The success of Kathleen allows this family to be more confident in getting out of poverty.
Since the H1N1 flu outbreak took place in Myanmar, it has become even more important to promote the right concepts regarding flu prevention. Therefore, Tzu Chi volunteers visited Myanmar No. 1 High School to provide a checkup for the teachers and students, where they also raised awareness regarding this contagious virus.
More than 1,000 students head to the assembly hall for a health checkup. Tzu Chi volunteers have set up an area where they explain ways to prevent the spread of H1N1 flu outbreak.
The H1N1 virus is contagious within a distance of 2 meters. Therefore, we should wear masks to prevent contagion.
There haven't been any cases of H1N1 flu at the school, but we still need to be careful. Through today's activity, we hope the students understand they cannot neglect colds and coughing.
Tzu Chi has helped rebuild Myanmar No. 1 High School. When there was a flu outbreak, the volunteers have delivered masks and hand sanitizers here. Now the school principal is grateful for this checkup service.
80% of the students are from impoverished families. Their parents work long hours and don't have time to care about the children's health.
Tzu Chi has mobilized 8 doctors, 8 nurses, and 39 volunteers to help safeguard the health of the students. They hope the students can pursue their education being safe and healthy.
Tzu Chi continues to help residents affected by recent mudslides in Freetown, Sierra Leone. In 4 days' time, Tzu Chi, working together with other charities, has provided more than 20,000 servings of hot meals, while further mid to long-term relief planning is in the works.
Tzu Chi continues to help the mudslide victims in Freetown of Sierra Leone. In the past, they ate with their hands. Now there are spoons. In addition, there are vegetables to go with their rice now.
Changing the colors, we're putting vegetables and tomato. People will appreciate it, because if you give them the same kind of food every day, they will get tired.
Tzu Chi is working together with Caritas Freetown, Healy Foundation, and Lei Yi Foundation. In 4 days, they provided nearly 20,000 servings of hot meals to the disaster victims.
The ground is still wet since it is still raining. Therefore, sanitation is a serious problem. We've joined Healy Foundation and the 3 daughters from Caritas Freetown to go to Kleintown and Regent.
The priority is to ensure they have food and medical services, followed by education.
We want to help the students return to school soon. Although their schools are very simple, we still provide the stationery and supplies.
Later, Tzu Chi will be transporting clothes, prefabricated houses, Jingsi folding beds, eco-friendly blankets, and reusable utensils from Taiwan. They'll help the disaster victims get through the difficult times.
Taiwan's Kaohsiung Food Bank recently held a distribution for those in need. Since it was during summer vacation, many children came on behalf of their parents to pick up the goods, as the adults needed to work. The goods also included running shoes and pencils to prepare the students for a new school year.
Many young faces showed up at the food bank distribution. Parents must work, so that children came to the food bank to pick up goods. A pair of sisters also came to pick up goods.
My family has several kids, so these goods are able to help the kids at home, and our mom doesn't need to toil.
Sneakers and pencils are much sought after because the new school year is coming.
I don't have these canvas sneakers, so I can wear them anytime I go out.
Schools will start at the end of August, so the goods we're giving out include sneakers, brand new sneakers, and also pencils.
30 types of goods are given out to single-parent families and also the elderly who live alone. In addition to rice, food, and daily supplies, the children can also wear new shoes and are very happy about it.
The thyroid, which is located in our neck, controls our metabolism. Kelp is often thought of as good for one's health, yet doctors actually suggest that patients with thyroid problems should not eat too much kelp. Furthermore, patients with hyperthyroidism should avoid eating kelp altogether. Let's find out why.
At the market where people shop for food, kelp is quite popular. Similar foods to kelp include seaweed, Bungia fuscopurpurea, and alga.
Kelp twists, kelp rolls, and seaweed are fresh sea plant. In terms of dried food, there is kelp sprouts and kombu.
Kelp is highly nutritious plant.
It contains a lot of calcium and magnesium and selenium. Kelp is a kind of plant. Since plants contain fiber, it can make you feel full.
Despite its high nutritional value, it is not for everyone.
Hypothyroidism patients cannot eat kelp because they might consume too much iodine, which worsens their thyroid function. For hypothyroidism or thyroid nodule swelling patients, we suggest they do not consume too much kelp to avoid an imbalance of iodine intake.
Thyroid is located in the front part of the neck and influences metabolic rate. Patients with hyperthyroidism cannot eat kelp. However, many patients mistakenly think they should consume more kelp.
According to the traditional beliefs, people with large necks should eat kelp. So the patients might purposely consume a lot of kelp because their necks are swollen.
50-year-old Ms. Zhen has hyperthyroidism and controls her diet.
I like eating kelp, but now I simply eat the normal amount and do not eat too much kelp.
49-year-old Ms. Chen has congenital abnormal thyroid function.
I cannot eat kelp and seaweed. I seldom eat them, but I occasionally eat a little bit.
The danger is people with hyperthyroidism who haven't received treatment might consume too much kelp, leading to life-threatening situations.
If hypothyroidism patients who have not received treatment have a cold and a fever, they might develop thyroid storm. In such cases, they will have fast heartbeat, which can be above 150 beats per minute. Then they might become consciousness confused and suffer from heart failure.
According to WHO's advice, one should consume 150 milligrams of iodine a day.
13 grams of kelp contains more than 100 times the amount we need. Therefore, we only need to eat a little bit. There is no need to purposely consume food with iodine.
The doctor reminds us that with our daily consumption of salt, we already have enough iodine intake. There's no need to purposely consume food that is rich in iodine.
At the end of the program, we join U.S. Tzu Chi volunteers in Phoenix, Arizona, as they host a charity banquet to fundraise for international refugees. Many found it in their heart to donate to a good cause. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching. See you next time.